Cabo San Lucas, Mexico holds some of the most dangerous shorebreak on the entire planet. Land's End Beach especially is one of the most dangerous places you could ever go in the water. Where the mountains meet the ocean at Land's End Beach, it allows massive open ocean swell to stack up on the beaches. The depth of the water literally goes from inches on the beach to thousands of feet deep, faster than most places on the planet. Like I said, it's where the mountains meet the ocean. These massive open ocean swells, mixed with the steep beaches and refractions of waves and currents that come from the cliffs, claim lives every single year. This is a topic that I've talked about dozens of times now, and is a topic I will continue to talk about with hopes of educating you guys and keeping you guys safe if you happen to be around waves of consequence. The single biggest mistake that people make around the ocean, besides just generally being in the water when they really shouldn't, is not watching the water. What I mean when I say that is not watching what us surfers call out the back, looking way out at the horizon to see if there's anything funky going on out there. Typically, the horizon is nice and flat, but sometimes it looks and when it looks you probably shouldn't go in the water. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you something that you never knew that's going to seriously help you. This is some secret knowledge right here. Before we go watch this footage that shows several people doing literally absolutely everything they could ever do wrong, I'm going to teach you guys something that could easily save your life or someone else's. For those of you who don't know, waves come in sets, and with every swell there's what we'll call for you guys at home a superset. Typically, to my experience, during any swell there's always 2 to 3 sets that are the biggest sets of the day by a decent amount. It can be a head-high swell all day, and at least 2 to 5 times, in my experience, there will be sets that are just clearly bigger than every other set. Again, we're going to call these supersets. So if we take 12 hours of daylight and we put 3 supersets in there, what else will there be in this time in between the supersets? Well, obviously more sets and also lulls. What is a lull? It's when there's no waves in the ocean at all. It can be head high and there will be 30-40 minute lulls where there just won't be waves for some reason. It's very frustrating. A lull is something that typically happens with a change of tide or a change of weather. If the wind switches and does something weird, it can cause a lull. A lull is exactly when you want to paddle out. You'll avoid getting smoked by big waves, you'll avoid having to duck dive, and just generally you'll conserve your energy if you paddle out at the right time. It's very nice to get to the outside on a big day with dry hair, although it doesn't happen very often. Lulls typically come before and or after supersets, but sometimes what comes after a superset is another superset, and you'll just see the first set of waves, assume or hope that there might be a lull after, and in reality it was just the beginning of the superset. So in saying that, what's crazy about the ocean is sets come in sets. So a set of waves would be like 3 to 5 waves. The ocean will be flat, set comes in, you surf the set. So for instance, sometimes we'll get 4 sets in a row that are head high. It's always like middle to middle last wave of the set that's the biggest. Then an hour later, after not catching any waves during a lull, we'll get 4 sets in a row that are nearly double overhead. One set of 5 waves come through, we think that's it, and almost immediately after, another even bigger set of waves will come through. And maybe after that, even another. This is knowledge you can really only have if you've been studying the ocean your entire life. This isn't something I read, this isn't something that someone taught me. This is what I've learned from studying and being in the ocean my entire life. Now that you have all that knowledge, let's learn what not to fucking do ever. The amount of times that I've seen this is mind-blowing. This isn't the first, and this won't be the last time that we see this happen in this exact same place. So this is actually footage that I saw a really long time ago before I started making commentaries about stuff like this, and I've never been able to find it, and I started thinking outside the box. I should probably search for this video in Spanish, and that led to me finding it. And what's crazy is I actually found 2 angles: a cell phone video from the beach, which will be on the left side of your screen, and then I found the GoPro video, which is in terrible resolution for some reason, but it paints the picture of what's happening, and we're gonna go through it. Now, I'm gonna warn you guys, this footage is very traumatic and it's very hard to watch. At least, I mean, if you're somebody that's experienced like me, just watching someone do literally everything wrong. Everything you could ever do wrong is they're about to do. No time like the present. So I lined the clips up to match the timestamp so that they're both playing in real time.
Give me a hand.
Here you can see this woman in a very, very, very bad spot. So something that I've actually contemplated that I really wanted to point out very quickly is when waves come at people and they're in a panic situation, they get scared, they go up against the rocks. And the thing is, when you go up against the rocks, is the water is going to be much deeper than literally anywhere else on the beach. So you get like these sand berms, which is the safest place. You never want to be down in the lowest points of the beaches if the beach goes like this. You shouldn't be near the rocks because when the waves wash up the rocks, it immediately makes the water so much deeper, so much more powerful, and so much faster. So while it might be your instinct to go and grab the closest thing, you probably just want to get to the highest thing and try to fight your way through the waves and not just get completely sucked in, because there's two places you can be. You can be standing on your own 2 feet, keeping your footing, or you are getting washed away. Only two things that can happen. Says give me a hand. Shout out to this dude putting his life at risk to try to help us there.
Two hands.
Right here, all she has to do is get up and walk towards the arch. But she's winded, she's panicking, she's exhausted, and she's just getting swept back out. So now you see everybody goes to try to help. And these guys see this all the time. They're like, damn it, another tourist being stupid. Like, right now she's not in that much danger, but she's very close to being in a really bad spot. You can actually see at the beginning of the footage, there's another guy stuck out the back in the rip currently while they're trying to save this lady. Look, this lady's just won't stand up, won't. Look, and now the lady gets washed away from them again, gets sucked over by the rocks again.
Wait.
It's really frustrating when somebody won't help. Telling her to wait. Oh, now she's in a really bad spot.
Wait.
I would have been in the water helping this lady, but also these guys, like, this is the type of lady that you go out in the water, she's gonna grab onto you, she's gonna pull you down under with her. And like, oh man.
Go over there. Swimming over there. Go.
She's not listening at all. She's letting the waves take her again. This is always super tough to watch. Yeah, look, now she's getting sucked out in the current. This is dramatic. Like, this lady is on the brink of death right now. Boat's going in to help her, it appears. She's swimming towards the boat. At least she can swim, you know? So stupid. Like, there's another guy in there, too. What? Oh my gosh, there's a guy up against the rocks right now. So the GoPro footage cuts out, but we still got. Get, stand up, walk towards the beach. Stand up, walk towards the beach. Stand up. Unbelievable. This is so frustrating every single time I see footage like this. Like, look at this guy. Telling him to run, and he's just like, oh, don't worry, I'll get up there. Oh, wow. Wow. These people are so lucky that they escaped with their lives. So what can I say about that, besides the fact that those guys, the locals there that tried to help them, are absolutely legends and are heroes for even attempting to help those people in that situation up against the rocks. Because those guys know Cabo. They know that in an instant, it can go from being a scary situation to a deadly, life-threatening situation with one set of waves. All it takes is one big superset or set of waves that dramatically changes everything and every dynamic about the ocean at the time where you are. That's what you need to know about Cabo and about places with swell. If there's a 45-minute lull, you're sitting there on the beach, finally getting comfortable, like, I bet we could go swim now. Look at how calm it just got. I watched that happen last time I was in Mexico. Check out the clip.
This is where things get scary. At this part of the beach, the waves were relatively calm most of the day, and a family of 4 decided to go for a swim. The 2 older guys got to the outside pretty quickly, but what looked to be a mom and a daughter got caught on the inside of one of the bigger sets of the day for this part of the beach. The first thing that you can see is this older woman who is just unprepared for a wave this size. And I'm not hating on this person by saying this, but she definitely should have dove underwater and gone under the wave. Me, Sean, and Andreas all saw this happening and at the same time ran down to help. It's kind of hard to tell right here, but if you look behind Sean running, you see this girl catch a smaller wave on the head, but it sent her straight to the sand face first. You don't see this on camera, but Sean and myself helped the girl get out of the water. The next thing that's captured is the third person, Andreas, our local skimboarder friend, out in the lineup trying to explain to this lady that she needs to stay calm, and he tries to tell her to go underwater. You can see him holding his nose. He says 3, 2, 1 and goes underwater, but at this point the lady is panicking. So the third wave hits her. I'm watching this from the shore, and to me it kind of looked like the lady was gonna wash up further than she had. So she ended up washing past Andreas, popping up with her eyes completely covered in sand, just barely, like almost no energy left, and I tried to grab her to prevent her from getting sucked out a third time. At this point, the biggest waves had already come through. We look out the back on the water, and there doesn't appear to be any more large sets coming in. Just little like thigh to waist high waves. At which point, her husband runs up and asks, "What happened?" And he was really frantic. He seemed like he was angry. We didn't know if he was angry at us, so we just decided to walk away.
People don't realize when they put themselves in these dangerous, deadly situations, they're also putting the people who are willing to help them and rescue them in the exact same situation. Potentially a worse situation if you're going to contribute to the person who's saving you drowning by not cooperating with them. If you are in a situation like this and you're in Mexico, do whatever the local says. Do whatever the skimboarder says. Do whatever the surfer says. Do whatever the person that is not currently panicking says. This next footage is equally as tough to watch because these people are just being drunk and dumb, and it turns very scary very quickly. You can roll the clip. Alright, look at it. It's funny at first. This is how it always starts. Oh. And then, oh look, she can barely get her footing. She's running, she's doing pretty good. Until this guy stops her from running up the beach. Why would you stop her from running up the beach? Why would you do that? Now you guys are both in the rip. Oh, look, and a big set's coming. Oh, look, and you took it on the head. You didn't even see it coming. Oh, went over the fall, slammed on the bottom. That is now went from, woo, this is so fun, to it's now a deadly, deadly situation. Everyone's running to help. They've seen this a million times. They'll see it a million times more. It's the thing about Cabo is you will get stuck. They are in the rut right now. You want to be on the mound, not in the rut, because when you're in the rut, the water bowls up and creates a chest-deep river. Look, this girl's crying, freaking out. Get off! Go! Move up the fucking beach! Stupid. These people are just so stupid. They just are so dumb. Look, this guy's barely alive. I almost just died. Oh, yeah, it's your fault too, bro. You're an idiot. Well, that wraps it up for stupid people being dumb around the ocean. Touristy Kooks, episode 75. I'm going to probably make several more episodes like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do besides tell people what not to do wrong. I'm just going to keep telling people what not to do wrong and keep telling people everything that they did wrong here. Those people didn't watch the ocean. Those people didn't respect the ocean. Those people were probably drunk around a very dangerous ocean. I literally start every video saying Cabo San Lucas is home to some of the most dangerous shore break on the entire planet. I think that's a good intro. I think that's it's factual. People die here every year. Look, here's the motto. Look, this is what we're going off of today. This is live by it. Try not to die, okay? If you want to get some merch, try not to die, okay? JukeSquad.com, links in the description. If you want some sunglasses, go to pitvipersunglasses.com, use our code JukeSquad10, it's on the screen. Like the video, share, all that stuff, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Support the dream. Keep me doing what I do. If you're entertained by me, then support me. That's all I ask. YouTube ain't paying me anymore, so please, JukeSquad.com. Goddamn.